who we're playing against, and we may say, hey, we don't want, this kid's left-handed, we don't want him shooting over his right shoulder. We may make a couple changes just because, but for the most part, we're talking basics right now, and that's kind of our basic philosophy.
So now we'll move on to some of coaches, or one of coach's favorite quick hitters. The last 2 or 3 years, I don't think coach sees much man-to-man defense. A lot of teams are simply playing zone. It can be a matchup zone. It could be a 32. It could be a 1-3-1. They're junking it up. They're not going to play. They will not play man for a 32-minute game. It's just not going to happen anymore. So at this point, we'll let coach draw up his favorite play against a zone defense.
Okay, so the play that I'm going to draw up, I'll just use the board here. This is a play that I learned from Coach Newell. This is a play that he learned from his dad. So Pete Newell Sr., one of the great basketball minds, who coached the 1960 Olympic team, who at the time was considered the best team ever. Oscar Robertson, Jerry West, Jerry Lucas. That was considered the best team until the 92 Dream Team. And here I am in 2012 drawing up a play that he created decades later, and drawing up a play that he had decades earlier, I should say. And the play still works. I mean, it's pretty simple. This is against a 1-2-2. So if this is the defense, all right, we call this play 32. We start in a 1-2-2 set, so we essentially match right up with their defense. Let's just say that the wing is a good shooter. All right, let's say this is a good shooter. We'll go that way. We pop the guy to the corner and we throw to the corner. Okay, and then these two guys slide over as basically a two-guard front. Right. So now what's going to happen is the ball is going to get swung around this way. Okay, so what's happening? I don't know if you got all that there. So now let's just say the post guy in the corner has the ball. So the defense would probably look something like this. Let's just say like that. So the point guard has, this is the first wing that got the ball. The point guard has slid over into this spot, and the wing has slid up to this spot. So it looks like this, all right? Now this guy that got the first pass is now going to be running through to the corner. And the pass is going to be coming around, and we're going to keep swinging. And now what's going to happen, what I really want to do is focus on these two guys right here. Okay? So our man is running through, okay? And this post defender who originally started here, this post defender has to make a decision. Most likely, if you have a good enough shooter, he's going to slide over to defend that. All right? So now as this guy has the ball, and now what I'll do is I'll go back, I'll just go up here now. We'll go back to here. This guy, by the way, is setting a screen. So he's literally facing across to here. And our wing has run through into this area, right? And then here's that post defender. So this guy has the ball. We've swung the ball like that. We've swung the ball around. So now here's these two guys that I'm talking about, were this defender. This guy with the ball has to read what this defender is going to do, right? Because the other post defender was way out here, so he's still in transition. So if you swing the ball fast enough, as he fights over, if he decides to fight over, if he doesn't fight over, you just throw the ball to the corner for an open look. But if he does fight over, we teach our post guys, don't fight the screen, just open up. So if I'm this post defender, if I'm the post guy on offense, and my guy's running through and I'm setting the screen, as that defender fights over, I just open up for the ball. Because now this guy has a choice. He can throw to the corner for the three, but if the defender fights over, we throw directly into the post to that guy, right? And the last part of the play is that the corner guy that got rid of the ball originally, he flashes to the middle. So we can actually throw the ball to this guy for a little jump shot, or sometimes one of these post guys steps up and we can do a little high-low out of it, post to post. So that's the most basic part. If you move the ball fast enough, you'll get open looks. You'll get a guy in the post open for a little layup. You'll get hopefully a good shooter on the wing that's open. Sometimes we throw the ball to the wing and then that defender fights over and the wing can feed the post. So there's all kinds of little ways you can kind of tweak it. Again, it's kind of based on personnel and who you have and all that stuff. But that's a play that's been around for so long that, and that's against a 1-2-2. Doesn't work as much against against a 2-3 zone because eventually when that first wing is cutting through and he's running off the screen, you're basically putting 3 guys across the baseline to their 2. If it's a 2-3 zone, then that outside guy just gets to go to the corner and the middle guy gets to stay with the post. So it really doesn't work against a 2-3 zone. It works more against a 1-2-2.
So there you have it. Coach is giving you something that you can take home. You can try it, see if it works for you. He got it from Pete Newell, and he's still running it today. Last thing we'll talk about, some of Coach's inspirations. He's been doing it a long time. As a high school coach, you run out of energy. You get burnt out. There's no question about that. So we'll kind of talk about some of the things that keeps Coach going, how many games he's watching during the week. He's a big-time Cal fan, so he might only watch those games. But we'll kind of see how much basketball he's doing during the week, during the season and off season, so you can kind of gauge for yourself if you should be doing more or if you should be doing less or if you're just not working hard enough. So, Coach, how many games would you say during the season you watch on TV or in the gym?
Wow, a lot. For me, one of the best inventions was TiVo, and maybe for my wife, one of the worst inventions was TiVo, because it seems like I'm taping a college game. You know what's great is that a lot of the college games that are on TV are shown a second time, like in the middle of the night. Mm-hmm. I'll set up to tape a game just in the middle of the night and then watch it at some point during the week. I like to watch more college game than pro game. Obviously, high school more emulates the college game more so than the pro game. So, but I would say that I like to kind of choose the college coaches that I think run really great stuff. Michigan State, Tom Izzo. There's a few people that I don't know. There's obviously it's great to watch Duke and North Carolina's of the world. We've stolen a lot of stuff from Kansas, from Coach Bill Self. So we'll watch. I'll just tape some games. Back when the old Maryland coach Gary Williams, thank you. When Gary Williams was there, thank you, before he retired this last year, I loved Gary Williams, and I thought he ran a lot of really good stuff. So I just kind of go through and go, hey, North Carolina's playing tonight, and I, just set it up or whatever, and just go back when I can and watch it and try to steal some things. And again, there's times where it could just be something really simple, an out of bounds play, a play against a zone. A lot of times I'm just watching a game and I'm like, dang, that was wide open. How'd they get that? And I go back and, rewind it and go, wow, that just seems so simple. And so I try to pick plays that are simple enough for the high school game. Not all the plays are as simple at the college level. There's a lot of complex plays, but to answer your question, I'm probably watching 2 games a week for sure. Sometimes more. I try to tape them and then maybe catch up on the weekend or whatever, because obviously during the season, during the week, we're pretty busy because we're also watching film of our opponents and we're preparing for each game. So, but college level, I would probably say I try to watch 1 to 2 games a week, for sure.
And then in the off season, are you watching more games to steal things so you can try to use it for the upcoming season?
I would say in the off season, I don't know if I'm watching as much. I watch it a lot. I probably watch it more during the season, and then I'll make little notes to myself, and I kind of have a little folder where I'm like, okay, this is a great thing that we'll put in for next year if we don't put it in this year, but we'll put it in, in the summertime. We get to basically essentially practice now. The CIF rules have changed over the years as to what you can and can't do in the summertime, and this is the time of year, in the summer where it's good to try new things. And this is the time of year that's really kind of cool in that you're figuring out with guys that have graduated and moved on, and you've got new players coming in, what's our focus going to be? And so, if there's a few plays that I see during the year, I might just jot it down and hold on to it, and knowing that in the summertime we pull out a few new things and try it. And then if it seems to work, then that's something that maybe we will continue to do for that particular year.
So there you have it. Coach watches enough games. Just so you know, the CIF is the California Interscholastic Federation, the governing board of high school sports. So there you have it. Coach gave us everything he could give us as far as the offensive and defensive end. Come check out a Salesian High School basketball game in 2012-2013. Maybe you'll be able to find some things, still a couple nuggets. We want to say thank you to Coach, and we also want to tell our viewers 2 to tie, 3 to win.com, and thank you.
Thank you.